Hello, and thank you for tuning in to the Divine Feminine Energy Update for the week of September 1st, 2019. Although this message is dated, the reading is timeless because you will always be led to what you need to know right on time. Now, I will open with a prayer before I start the reading. Hello, God, Creator, Source, Jesus, Ascended Masters, Saints, Guardian Angels, good ancestors and good spirits, spirit guides, spirit animals, and place your custom choice here. I am asking you to please clear my space and the spaces of all those tuning in. Please clear the space of any negative energies that seek to harm us, and please redirect those energies back to all those who sent it towards us 144,000 times fold. Thank you. Hello, and thank you again for tuning in to the Divine Feminine Energy Update for the week of September 1st, 2019. You can call me Vanngo, and from what I understand to be true, I am one of the proverbial 144,000, a light bearer, a way shower, a truth teller, and insert your 3D explanation here. The mission here at Divine Feminine Radio is to stand fully in my autonomy at my post as a true divine feminine. I have been called to come out of the shadows and to utilize my gifts for the divine collective, but specifically to and for my fellow divine feminines. Standing at my post, doing my part, will in turn activate you to do what Source, God, Creator, has called you to do unapologetically. It is no secret that there are a lot of divine beings who are not standing fully at their post. I guess morale is low. Matter of fact, call me the morale booster, or at least I will try. Okay, so now that the familiars are out of the way, I wanted to say a few things before I jump into this week's Divine Feminine Energy Update. Number one, this is a general reading and all energies are interchangeable. Get in where you fit in. If you wish to know more about your specific situation, you can either get in contact with myself or another reader of your choice. All of my contact information is below. Number two, if this general reading does not resonate, then please refer to number one. Every message will not resonate and shouldn't for good reason. After all, this is a general reading. Number three, if you believe that what you have found here on this video was useful in any way, I would be forever grateful if you pay it forward. The easiest way to do that is by subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting, and basically doing whatever the equivalent is of those things on whatever platform you happen to find this video on. Also, side note / main note, I would like to thank everyone for their continued support. I'm so happy to know that the messages that I deliver resonate and help you in some way on your journey that we call, I guess, life. So, thank you. All right, so let's get into the reading. So for the past, this is the third week, so the last week and the week before that, I was literally zapped and drained of energy because it was a seasonal shift. That's what we're always shifting, but because we're shifting seasons, and I literally felt it before the temperature dropped all the way. So I called it 2 weeks ago for us to start prepping, but maybe that's common sense. But hey, I like to say that I help you guys get prepared to know that, you guys should be shifting your focus. But we can't just attribute that to me because divine feminines were all intuitive and we're all empathic. So I'm pretty sure we all picked up on it. But yeah, anyways, trying to get back into the swing of things because I took those 2 weeks to try and get certain things on track, especially in regards to this channel. I'm still tweaking some stuff, but we'll be rolling out a lot more. Well, that's the plan anyway. So anyways, going into the reading for real now. This is a Divine Feminine Energy update. Let's see. When I was meditating, before I actually pulled the cards, I just kept hearing, gotta keep it moving. And you know that song, ain't no way I'll stop my shine, blah, blah, no one's gonna hold me down. Oh, I gotta keep on moving. La, 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 gonna hold us down. Oh, I got to keep it moving. So that's all I heard. So that's the message for the Divine Feminines this week. No matter where you are in the journey, you got to keep pushing. Now, side note, in my general energy update that maybe I'll post to DFR, it was Archangel Michael said in that reading to make sure you're doing your energy work, your energy healing work, your shadow work, whatever. But then it also came out like a warning or a tip, meaning, well, a warning and a tip came, warning/tip, or something that we need to know at the end of the reading. The card that I always pull from the Sacred Geometry Oracle deck. What came out? What card was that? I think it is number 52, like infinite power, infinite beginnings, or something like that. But it was in reverse, and it said to take a break from healing if you want to, or if you feel led to, or you should take a break. So I'm rambling again. I don't even remember why I started saying that, but take a break from healing, because I guess perhaps there are some people in the Divine Collective that are like burnt out in healing. But I just wanted to say, in the message that I did receive, is that taking a break from healing is also a part of healing. So not to be, not to be discouraged or feel down or feel like you're a disappointment because you're taking a break from healing. Because you're healing, my school of thought is that healing never really ends. There's levels to all of this, and it never really stops. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. If healing never stops, then it's okay to take a break, because you'll always have more work to do. It's like that person in the office. Let's say you start a new job and then you get a project like, oh, can you do this for me? And then let's say you do it in like a day or two. And then like people are shocked, like, oh my God, how did you do that in like 2 days? And then you're looking at them like, how did you not do this in 2 days? And what ends up happening is that your other coworkers start to resent you, because now you're raising the bar. And then like you'll have your coworkers kind of like tell you like, oh, you don't have to work so hard or so fast, because there's always going to be work. And yeah, that's true. But at the same time, you don't want to be lazy, you know, because just because there'll always be work or something for you to do doesn't mean that you should just let it pile up, because there's always going to be something there. Get it? Got it? Good. Anyways, damn, that was 10 minutes. We're almost 10 minutes in, and I didn't even get into the cards. But we're going to get into the cards right now. So let me show you guys the cards. So the first question that I asked for this Divine Feminine Energy update spread was, what situations may the Divine Feminine Collective be encountering for the week of September 1st, 2019? So bear with me. I'm working with this whole Zoom function. So we got the bus locker depot near locker number 17 in reverse. They went back to their humdrum lives upright. It could be the vegan, but the vegetarian songwriter. And they spent 6 weeks in the hospital. Both of those were sideways, right? And then the superhero with, what does that say? The superhero with unhelpful powers in reverse, right? So I'll leave it there, and then I'll get back to explaining the other ones. So with this first 5 cards that I pulled, the energy that I was getting was like how can I say, red pill versus blue pill. So the Divine Feminine Collective is having to essentially return to a quote-unquote blue pill lifestyle after experiencing the quote-unquote red pill. You're hoping for more in this connection between you and your divine counterpart. And right now you're just many are still shell-shocked, like in a dazed. Some feel like they've been hit with a flashbang and they can't even see anything, like discombobulated. And others, they're just feeling kind of like dreamy and nostalgic, thinking about all of their memories and everything that they've been through, and wondering to themselves, was this all just a dream? Is it just a dream? Or a figment of your imagination? Either way, you're just trying to figure out what's real and what's not. Okay. Also, I guess another way to put it as well is that Divine Feminines this week, but this has been ongoing, but this week are realizing that we collectively have been awakened to a connection that we are not allowed to further explore at this point in time. With this person with unknown intentions, and who has yet to receive karma or any judgment that we know of, quote unquote, since they did whatever they did to you. All right. Also, these 2 cards both came out in the general reading. I would suggest looking into the general reading, because even though it wasn't geared towards the Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine situation, I was definitely pulling on. I don't want to say pulling, but those energies definitely came up. But also with the songwriter, the vegetarian songwriter sideways, and they spent 6 weeks in the hospital sideways. In the other reading, the general energy update reading, they came out reverse, right? So when they were reversed, the way I was reading it was that this person, this vegetarian songwriter, whoever the person you are dealing with, they were dealing with in a general energy update, that person was essentially a fake, a fraud. So 1 minute they're like, oh yeah, save the animals, I love nature. And then after they leave the park, they go to Five Guys, get a double cheeseburger with extra cheese, a milkshake with whipped cream and a cherry on top, cheese fries with bacon and extra ketchup. So that's it upside down. But sideways, it's like the intentions are unknown. You just know that this vegetarian songwriter, this person who seems like okay, isn't all that they're cracked up to be. And then also, they spent 6 weeks in the hospital being sideways. When it was reversed, that meant to me that they haven't received any karma yet. They haven't had to like take a rest and really think about, I guess, what happened and what situation they placed themselves and others in. Because I got that because when you spend, it's not even just hospital, but when you're on like bed rest or something, you can't get up, you have a lot of time to think about you, yourself, what kind of person you are, how you even ended up in the situation, the broken cast in the first place. But yeah, with these two cards being sideways, so I guess let's bring it all together. This whole idea of going back to this blue pill humdrum lifestyle and wondering if the person that you were dealing with wondering when the person you are dealing with or have in mind will receive their karma. And the way I see it, it's not necessarily a bad thing that I'm picking up. Like, oh yeah, I mean, it could be in a negative aspect, like, oh yeah, that person needs to pay for what they did, which is true because nothing's free. Every action gets a reaction, and it just has to be balanced out that way. So you're waiting to see if this person gets karma, but what I'm getting here, the energy I was picking up was making sure that you as a divine feminine don't go too much into this negative aspect where it's not just spirit, universe, they'll let you will be aware when they receive their karma. But I'm feeling that some divine feminines want to be in the picture when this karma arrives. They want to either see the karma being played out, or some of them actually want to be karma. And I don't suggest that. You can't be karma. You're just going to incur more karmic debt towards you. So if you feel like trying to aid the universe along, I suggest to pull back and really think about what you're trying to do, because that's not good. You're not karma. You are not karma, so don't do it. Please don't do it. All right. So going into the second line now. Well, not even the second line, but the second portion. So now more cards came out when I was shuffling. It was the superhero with unhelpful powers in reverse. A war was narrowly averted in reverse. The grounds of the insane asylum in reverse. The incognito starship captain in reverse. And the super evolved sentient broccoli in reverse, right? So what I got overall was that, okay, while divine feminine is thinking this way, like, okay, red pill versus blue pill, there's a connection that I can't even explore right now. Like, what am I going to do? Okay, let me just keep it moving, catch this bag, go to work on the things that I was working on before I found out about the red and blue pill, and this, before I ran into like this random situation that turned out to be life-changing and turning my world upside down to the point where I feel like this is all still just a dream. So, meanwhile, divine masculine, your divine counterpart, okay, he she, they realize that there are plans made against him, and there were plans developed and enacted to keep them from knowing the extent of their powers. So that's why it's in reverse. He believed that he had unhelpful powers, right? See, blowing flowers out of his fingers. But what did I see? Love is the only thing that's real. So you don't know. Maybe those flowers really come in handy. But the point I'm trying to make is that he was in a situation where he believed that he was unhelpful, but he's actually believing now, like, hey, listen, I'm a powerful being, a force to be reckoned with, and my powers are helpful. They're not unhelpful, right? So yeah, and him knowing this now, it's like now he's trying to think up of a way to escape the situations with all of his quote unquote karmics unscathed. And when I say karmics, this could be a friendship or family relationship, mom, dad, brother, sister, cousin. This could also be like business or work related karmic relationship, and of course it could be other parties. I don't want to just say women because that's a different story, but if I do just say women or girl, I speak in like she and he. Just know that I'm a woman and I'm gonna say things in the terms of he, but flip it and get it where you could fit in, because I know you can understand. Your third eye is open, so you could get the gist of what I'm saying. But basically, divine masculine at this point overall, your divine counterpart is just trying to think up of ways to escape this situation on the grounds of an assail asylum, right? But it's in reverse. So it means trying to get out of this crazy ass place with these crazy ass people who essentially in reverse, they want to see him war within himself. They want to see him destroy himself. So in the meantime, with him knowing all of that, the incognito starship captain, right? Upright is like, okay, he's trying to disguise himself, right? And he is aware he's trying to disguise himself, whatever, right? In reverse, I'm picking up on playing stupider playing stupider to outsmart the stupid ones. No, playing stupider to outsmart the stupidest ones because they thought you were stupid. So like, yeah, and when you act stupider, it's kind of like, especially if there's there could definitely be black magic involved, because there are a lot of quote unquote negative karmics who dabble in black magic and like love spells and all of that. Of course, no weapon form against you or your divine counterpart, divine masculine or whatever, will prosper. But the fact of the matter is, your divine counterpart is catching on to the fact that if they play even stupider than this super evolved sentient broccoli is gonna go back to kind of like regular broccoli, like not a problem. I say broccoli, but when I said broccoli, I was thinking about the karmic. So I feel like this card represents the karmic. So upright, the super evolved sentient broccoli, right? It's like she's extra. It's not that she's a broccoli, but she's a she's a broccoli that essentially causes problems. Is not supposed to be here. Super evolved sentient broccoli. And what planet does broccoli have like eyes and nose and stuff like that? And to your divine masculine or divine counterpart at that time, that seemed like something like cool and new, but now it's kind of like, when he felt that he had unhelpful powers and just like felt down on himself, this super evolved sentient broccoli seemed to be like the perfect addition to the team. But now that he's realizing that he had the powers all along, it's kind of like he's looking at this karmic situation like, yeah, I've outgrown this. I don't need you anymore. I need to get the hell off this crazy place. I need to break the chains and go. I'm not picking up go straight directly to Divine Feminine. What I'm picking up here right now for the Divine Masculine anyway is just self-preservation. Like, they need to go so that they could save their insanity. They could save their sanity. Like, look at the incognito starship captain. He has no hairline. Like, that's how much this woman stresses him. Like, his hairline is gone. Damn. All right, that was 25 freaking minutes and I didn't even get into the cards. Oh well. All right. All right. All right, so for the next line in the spread, I asked what was the overall energies that the Divine Feminine Collective will be encountering for the week of September 1st, 2019. And I received love number 64, Love and Power, in reverse, out of the Sacred Geometry Oracle deck by Francine Hart. It's a beautiful card. In the general energy read, Infinity came out first. Number 53, Infinity came out, and it was just the 8. It came out sideways, so it was like an 8 like this. But if you really look at this card, it's two counterparts, heart in the middle, and you can't really see it through here, but like it could be like an 8 here, and then an 8 here. Symbolizes to me well, infinity, completion, integration. So, oh, it was in reverse. Well, let's bring it a little closer for you to see. All right, let me get the book. All right, 64. Okay, so there is a reverse aspect to the card, so I'm going to read the upright first. 64, Love and Power, Intentional Balance. This is the last card in this oracle deck and represents the culmination of the new and ancient wisdom of sacred geometry. It reminds us that the geometry of shape and form is part and parcel of our very existence. Sacred geometry has influenced cultures around the world throughout time, and its wisdom is being remembered in these times to aid in our efforts towards conscious evolution. The complex geometry of this card acts as a catalyst and a prayer that we, as human beings, men and women, acting in accordance with divine wisdom and with intention towards our highest good, can learn to live and love in balance. This is a mighty prayer, for we have long used power as a means of control and domination. We will learn this new and tremendously creative and dynamic method of communication and interaction only if we believe that humanity is worth saving. We must, individually and collectively, be willing to take part in this shift. We must be willing to accept responsibility for our actions and our thoughts and use our power wisely, as power to, not power over. In doing so, we will usher in a new age of peace and enlightenment when humans no longer act from greed and anger, but find the most powerful acts to be acts of love that come directly from their hearts. All right, so it was in reverse though, so let's read the reverse. Reversed. There is much to learn. The path to a balance of love and power is not easy or sure, but by your intentions, you will begin today to heal yourself and all those you touch by your willingness to be a part of this journey. Blessings on your path. So, yeah, okay. The overall energy is just knowing that you have so much to learn and so much that you don't understand. And I would say about half of the Divine Collective, half of the Divine Collective is embracing this time away from their divine counterpart and going back to not necessarily their humdrum lives, but the way I'm taking this card is returning to business as usual. You're not going to let another person you're not going to let another person essentially stop everything that you're doing. You still got to go to work. You still got to clock in. What time is it in the time? It's 4 o'clock. You're about to clock out at 5. Then you're going to go home, do your readings, your sage bath, whatever, doing whatever it is that you do to balance yourself, and knowing you're not going to allow other people to essentially disturb that, because you already have enough on your plate. You're still trying to figure out if all of this, many, I want to say you, but many Divine Feminines are still just trying to figure out if this was just a dream, a figment of their imagination. And many Divine Feminines are still shell-shocked from the entire experience to begin with. So any sudden movements, any sudden changes, you're not really down for at this moment. You're trying to go with the flow, but you don't want the flow too fast. You want it nice and easy, but what can I say about that? You want things to just go nice and easy, because it's like you're still thinking about your divine counterpart. So it's like that's enough. That already excites you. And I'm not saying excites you in like a sexual or even good way, but I'm just saying it excites your nervous system in general. So you're already in overdrive with your divine counterpart being around or not, because you're picking up on their energy, you're feeling them, you're hearing them in your head through, if you're telepathic with your twin, and all these other like host of symptoms that's just like, man, it's like you will welcome, the Divine Feminines in this collective will welcome a reprieve, but what they really want right now is confirmation that all of this wasn't just a dream, that they really did take the red pill, and that their superhero, their divine masculine, will come in like literally right now. But the fact of the matter is, you both have we all have work to do. We both have work to do. We all have work to do. And like, side note, you know, I've noticed some readers, they'll say things like, oh, don't listen to all that love and light. Some people are really just, you know, bad and blah, 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 which is true. But the thing about it is, any reader that's saying like that whole quote unquote love and light mantra is BS, or tries to kind of like downplay it, you should really look at the motives of that reader, because that's not true. As Divine Feminines, we are supposed to, I guess, essentially achieve a balance. So yeah, we give love and light, right? We give love and light to, we are love and light. But I guess in regards to demons, of course, you wouldn't necessarily show a demon love and light, but at the same time, you don't have to necessarily berate demons either, because it's a waste of time. They're on the devil's payroll, all right? They get a lifetime of pain and suffering, but they're still on the devil's payroll. And yeah, you can't sage and Florida water and love and light demons away. But at the same time, the best way to kill a demon is to starve them out. Don't give them any attention. And that's that balance we need to be achieving. But that's just a little side note. I actually wanted to do a video more in depth about that, because what I've noticed, what I've been picking up intuitively, is that there are a lot of readers who really shouldn't be reading. But I mean, let me not even put it that way. What I'll say is this: Divine Feminine, just be careful into what channels you're tuning in and what exactly they are saying. Why? Because not everyone is tribe. Because even among, like, just posting these videos, and I've come across some readers, and I'm just sitting there like, what kind of advice are you giving your team, your tribe, your girl tribe, or your feminine tribe? What kind of advice is this? This is bullshit ass advice. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. People, divine feminines, who like to say, oh yeah, I done all my healing, blah blah blah, every trigger every trigger from the divine masculine or whatever isn't something that I'm supposed to be working on. Sometimes it's blah blah blah, this, that, and the third. And it's just like, no. Every trigger from anyone is not just divine masculine. Any trigger from anyone is something that you need to work on. Why? Because if you're a goddess, god, divine feminine, divine masculine being, whatever you like to call yourself, if that's what you are, then how can a mere quote unquote mortal, or someone who is not walking in their divinity, how are they able to trigger you? That's just how are they able to get you off your square? That's the real question. So yeah, look at yourself in the mirror. But that's what Divine Feminine Radio is here for. So, all right. Wow, this is going to be a long-ass reading. I've just been blabbing and blabbing and blabbing. All right. So, the next question, the third row, the quote-unquote third row of the spread, I had asked to please inform the Divine Feminine Collective as to which energies. Oh, my bad, I skipped. Okay, so I asked that the Divine Feminine Collective be made aware of the angel-like and positive energies that we should be aware of for the week of September 1st, 2019. And I received Athena, Inner Wisdom in reverse. You know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. I received Sekhmet, Be Strong in reverse. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. From Archangel Michael, I receive use your imagination and you'll see the answer. And that was in reverse, right? And the prayer is, Dear God, thank you for granting me the wisdom and creativity to see your miracles in new and unexpected ways. I gratefully and gracefully accept and appreciate your help. And you describe the situation. But that came out in reverse, right? And then I asked for more cards, right? And then the next two came out. Kali, endings and beginnings. The old must be released so that the new can enter. And then the Archangel Michael card, sense of humor was right behind that. And It says, the prayer says, "Thank you for helping me see the humor in this situation so I can lovingly laugh at human nature. I am willing to view my experience in a new light in order to attract love and healing energy." So remember I was saying in the general energy update, I was picking up on some divine feminine and masculine, or divine feminine masculine energy. So before I get here, let me just explain these three cards. So when these three cards came out, I definitely, these are the angels and the goddesses, or whatever, all the positive energies sounding the alarm to remind you to trust your intuition, trust that inner wisdom, because this whole situation has you thinking, was this all just a dream? Was any of this real? Did I really take this blue pill, quote unquote? And because you're in your head trying to, I guess, manifest this, and you're not seeing the results you feel like you see with everything else when you try and manifest, you're feeling weak. Yeah, you're feeling weak. And the spirits, they're reminding you that you are strong and to trust your wisdom, and that everything is working out the way that it's supposed to. So you just need to essentially let go. You have to let go of the outcome and just let the universe do what it's supposed to do, and just trust and know that, okay, whatever you believe in, God, Jesus, or whatever, let's like take the universe out of it. If you pray to God, or if you pray to Jesus, right? You take your prayers up to the Father, and then you leave it there. You don't keep perseverating over it. And that's what a lot of divine feminines are doing, but they're driving themselves cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So your intuition, you're right. Stop worrying. Many divine feminines, they're getting messages about the divine masculine coming, like they feel him, like just energetically. But that's another video I'm going to do. I'm probably going to record it after this one, and it's going to talk about what exactly soon means to divine feminine, because, you know, a lot of divine feminine, something I'm also picking up on. Be strong in inner wisdom, showing up in reverse. To me, I'm picking up on a set of divine feminines that essentially, as a coping mechanism, they just watch readings all day, but now they watch so many readings. And when you watch a whole bunch of readings, what ends up happening is like the energies get crossed. And like sometimes when you keep watching too many, when you keep doing too much of anything, that alerts the demons. And now they could essentially worm their way in and try and fuck with the messages and to fuck with your head. And that's what's happening, because now you're not even trusting. You're not trusting your inner wisdom, but it's like you're already divine feminine. So that means you had to have trusted in your intuition at one point. So how are you trusting your intuition and now doubt yourself now? Like, you already found it. So you already found your intuition. There's no reason to doubt it anymore once you found it. But the devil's working overtime. So I'm going to tell you, divine feminines, definitely watch who you're listening to and take a break sometimes. Find another outlet to deal with these feelings of hurt and neglect and feeling not good enough. All right. Next card. Use your imagination and you'll see the answer. Also in reverse. Did I read this? Yeah, I did. So this is also another reminder about like your intuition. Your thoughts become things, right? But it's like, I'm reading this two ways in reverse. So there's one group of divine feminines who are delusional. They're using their imagination and they're seeing an answer, but not the answer that your spirit guides and your ancestors, God, Jesus, whatever, is trying to steer you to. The second way I'm seeing this in reverse is that there are a group of divine feminines who are just resigned to even thinking. It's kind of like a period of rest in regards to the divine masculine situation or the divine counterpart situation. You're not necessarily putting any more energy into it, any more mental energy, because it hurts so much. But this card is saying that if you do take the time to think about it, and it could be slowly as you want to think about the situation, but if you do dedicate that time to think about the situation that you're in, you will see the answers clearly. Side note to the divine feminines who are using their imagination and they're being delusional, it will only hurt you. Please tell the truth to yourself, whatever it may be, and that's part of your shadow work. That's part of your healing. So you got to do it. You can't really you could avoid it. You can avoid it, but you won't grow. You won't grow, and what you want to happen won't happen because you're not even taking any action towards making it happen in the first place. All right, so the next two cards, Kali, Endings and Beginnings, and Archangel Michael's Sense of Humor. I started laughing because you just have to watch the general energy update card, the general energy update video, because Kali came out sideways in the Daemon Tarot for the HDIC, the head demon in charge that we need to be aware of for the week. And basically the head demon in charge, Kali, this week for the general collective anyway, is trying to stall on people's endings and beginnings, right? They're trying to make it so that you miss the train and essentially have to repeat cycles all over again, right? So, to me, with Kali being here in the positive and angel-like energies that we should be aware of, just knowing that endings and beginnings are here, and that whatever you're going through, it must be cleared so that the universe could bring in a new wave of blessings. A new wave of blessings. So if you're going to not trust your intuition, you're already strong, but stay in this weak-minded energy because your thoughts become things. So if you're thinking you're weak, you will become weak, right? And essentially either being delusional or just trying to be blind to the fact that you have things you need to do will all stop you and hinder you from your new beginnings that you're trying to manifest. Also have a sense of humor about things. Spirit humor is different. It's different. So what I get from that is just being observant, because you'll see messages in the weirdest and oddest things that'll just make you laugh, and it will help you. It'll help you to know that you're on the right path when you see these things from the angels, these jokes, essentially inside jokes and jokes. It could be like a regular joke from the universe or God or Jesus or Buddha, whoever you believe in, but these jokes that they send to you to just remind you, like, yeah, we're working on things, we're here, don't worry, and just stay on your path, kind of thing. All right. Let me get some water. All right, so the next line of the spread, I asked to be informed, for the Divine Feminine Collective to be informed of the head demon in charge for the week of September 1st, 2019. And we received Nibas, sideways. So let me read that. Nibas. Annotation. Nibas is a daemon who holds a minor position in hell, according to Colin de Plancy, and his area of expertise is the management of dreams and visions. His peers consider him to be a bit of a fool, but there is some possibility that Nibas is in fact another name for the Babylonian god Nabu. Nabu was an ancient god of wisdom and writing, with much in common with the Greek god Hermes and later Roman god Mercury. Although Nibas is considered to be a bit of a charlatan in hell, there is no question that the stewardship of dreams is something he holds in common with the Oneropompus. It's spelled Oneirropompus, who carry dreams and visions from the gods to humankind. I should look into that. That sounds interesting. Anyways, inspiration. It is quite possible that as the conductor of dreams and visions in hell, Nibas is not taken seriously for the same reasons that we humans sometimes scoff at daydreamers or those people who always seem to be off in their visions of the future. However, there is no questioning that we sometimes also speak of dreams with respect. People who have a dream of great things can inspire many, as People who have a dream of great things can inspire many, as can those leaders with vision. There is a fine line, it seems, between dreamers that are considered fools and those that are considered visionaries. Okay, so with Nibas sideways, okay, they put the charlatan, someone who you considered a quote-unquote charlatan. Let's get the, hold on. Where's my phone? Dang. Well, a charlatan is not good. I wanted the exact definition. It's just basically like a fraud, no one important, essentially. I can't find my phone, but I'll probably put it down in the description. The definition of charlatan and Oneropompus. But basically, they put this person that they really don't even... Yeah, he doesn't even have any legions, bro. Like, he has no armies to speak of. But basically, they put him in charge. Nibas, what I'm getting is mind games. It kind of looks like he has a Guy Fawkes mask on. But definitely, if he's in the realm, if he holds like dominion over like the realm of dreams, what I'm getting is this head demon in charge, Nibas, this demon-like energy is basically attacking your thoughts. And it could be you. You could be that Nibas energy. You can be doubting yourself. This could be a person, but I feel like Nibas to me is talking in terms of self-preservation of ego. So it could be two things. One, yourself, talking yourself out of your own like dreams and visions, or it could be a person, place, thing, idea, business partnership, relationship that's making you guess, second guess, re-guess, third guess all of your thoughts, your dreams, your visions. And that's not good if you're always in a state of contemplation and wondering if what you're doing is right. That'll keep you stuck. It'll keep you from moving. It'll keep you from these endings, and it'll keep you from ending things and walking into your new beginning. So wow. So for the general collective, Kali was just trying to make them stall, trying to hold things up. But now the Divine Feminine is like an energy for the general people, the general energy update. But for the Divine Feminines, it's more mental. mental games, spiritual warfare. Yeah. And it looks like even him, like, it's like, let the unimportant motherfucker bang the drums all day, sound the alarm that, you know, spiritual warfare is here, and we're here to attack your brain, to attack you and make you feel less than, make you feel weak, and make you feel like you can't do anything. So hopefully I explained that correctly. Well, of course I explained it correctly, but I hope I explained it in a way that you guys get it, because I jump from place to place when explaining or when channeling. So, all right. So there goes Nibas. So now for the next line of the spread, I asked that to be for the Divine Feminine Collective to be informed of the other demon-like and negative energies that they should be aware of for the week, and we received the following: Tap, the demon Tap, the demon Leeches, wow, the demon Lamia. Lamia is man-eater. Lamia is a man-eater, literally. Look at the image. I'm just getting a vision. Game of Thrones, you know, the lady in the red, I forgot her name, Melisandre or something like that. And she looks beautiful, but then she locks her door, and then she takes off everything, and then she's like old. She's like basically like dust, paper. If you touch her, she'll probably crumble. Wow, Belphegor. Belphegor came out in the general energy update as well. King of shit. So that's, yeah, king of shit. He accepts excrement as an offering. So let's see what's going on with these energies. So Tap. So what I usually say about the animal energies is that they're not necessarily good or bad. It depends who, I guess, is quote unquote controlling them. And I thought Tap was like a beast, but then I looked closely, and Tap has a person mounting them and riding them. So let's read about Tap. Annotation: Tap, also known as Gap, is a powerful prince who presides over four of the principal kings of hell, as well as commanding 66 military units of his own, according to Wares. He is a fallen angel who once held a rank in the heavenly order of powers. Tap is allegedly very powerful daemon with many gifts and abilities, but his area of particular expertise seems to be related to the areas of traveling and expanding the summoner's horizons, both physically and mentally. Inspiration: among the gifts specifically mentioned in the description of Tap are his ability to transport men immediately from one country to another and to teach them the languages, philosophies, and arts of many different cultures and societies. Given his position in hell and his particular set of skills, it seems that Tap may hold many of the qualities of a capable diplomat. Indeed, he is said to be able to bring people together in better understanding, or to drive people apart with careful exploitation of their differences just as easily. All right. Tap is duality. So they refer to this guy, the guy on top, as kind of like having diplomatic energy. So diplomats, they're good speakers. They know how to maneuver their way socially through tight, sticky situations. They know how to essentially advocate for themselves and their country as a advocate, basically. What I'm picking up with TAP is just be careful of the people who are essentially friends with everyone, because look, they seem good and natured up here, but remember the beast that they're on is also a part of them. So they have the power to, you know, be cool, teach you things, expand your horizon, expand your networks. But at the same time, when they get good and ready, they could swipe all of that with one hit from their big ass claw. Look at their nails on the claws. Whenever they feel like it, they could just destroy it with a couple of words. Also, what I'm picking up on is TAP doesn't necessarily do any dirty work. He just, everyone else does what he says to do, and people follow and listen because they're smart. This person is probably very handsome or beautiful. They're very articulate, and they put on a very good mask. Also, I picked up on the general energy update that I should definitely say here is that masks are coming off this week. So pay very close attention and trust your inner wisdom and be strong, because that's the only way like you'll truly see it. Because if you doubt yourself, then you'll trick yourself into believing that someone whose mask was slipping is not slipping at all, and they'll be able to continuously fool you. Let's see, next one, lychees. Lychees are forest daemons of Slavic origin, similar in appearance to Pan, with a human body from the waist up and a lower body of a goat. The lychees have control over their physical size and are able to shrink themselves to hide beneath the grass when forced to travel across open fields. But in their natural forest environment, they can grow to be as tall as the surrounding trees. According to mythology, their voices are naturally very harsh and animal, but they are capable of imitating human voices. Inspiration. Colin de Plancy notes that the lychees use their gifts of imitation to lure travelers off the beaten path and deep into the forest, where they would then tickle the travelers nearly to death. This is not really the most terrible of threats, but there you have it. The lychees are protectors of the forest and strongly believe that humans should not intrude into the natural spaces, but they are not terribly violent in their methods of punishing offenders. Nevertheless, one wonders if they might not have had better luck trying to discuss their reasoning instead of attacking humans, no matter that their method of attack is more annoying than dangerous. So, this lychee energy, be careful of judging a book by its cover, because what I'm seeing is that the devil, the demon energies, they're trying to switch it up. Because remember what I was saying before about being careful about what other readers are telling you about how to deal with like shadow work and deal with like demons or demonic energies that are being harbored within people. The lychees, they'll just tickle you to death. Like, have you ever heard of that? So no, they'll just tickle you to death. But I feel like that's a reminder, one, not to, how can I say, answers to your solutions may not always necessarily seem to be, I don't know, like, just seem to be like even mature in a sense, but it gets the job done, because who gets tickled to death? But anyways, what I wanted to say is, like, with this lychee energy, Be careful of stepping on the toes of people, because remember, everyone's mask is still on, and there's a lot of divine feminines who don't realize that because they're not trusting their inner wisdom. But this lychee energy, it's I'm picking up on like a group of people, perhaps a group of women or a group of men. What I'm picking up is same sex. Not a same-sex relationship, but the group is like female or male, and they participate in groupthink, like heavy groupthink. If you offend, or you're like, basically, if and when the lychees ever find out that your thought process or what you think is different from theirs, that's when you'll see them attack. So just be careful. I don't know what to tell you in this case in regards to dealing with the lychees. All I can really tell you is because the lychees, they can cloak themselves. They're really usually really big, but they go down small in order to like run through the field, so to speak. And when I hear run through the fields, I mean run game on others. They need to shrink down to their size, right? But you won't be able to spot the lychees until you trust your intuition. Because if you don't trust your intuition, you're gonna fail in trying to determine who's essentially a lychee-like energy and who isn't. Okay, let's go to Lamia. Lamia, 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 Lamia. Okay, anyways, annotation. Lamia, according to Greek mythology, was once a Libyan queen of great beauty, but grief over the loss of her children turned her into a terrible, child-devouring monster. Some sources say that the goddess Hera forced Lamia to eat her own children, and driven mad by the act, she punished other mothers by taking their children from them. In later centuries, the name Lamia was used as a generic term as the modern-day boogeyman, meaning horrific woman who raided graveyards for food or fed on the blood of young men. Inspiration. By all accounts, before the tragedy in Lamia's life, she was a lovely and generous woman, beloved by many. Later interpretations of the legend of Lamia posits that it was jealousy of that very beauty that led Hera to punish Lamia. Sources disagree as to whether Hera's jealousy stemmed from Lamia's catching some suitor's eye or whether she was just affronted by her beauty in general. But the end result was the same. Nothing of the once beautiful woman remained after her terrible experience. She became the inspiration for generations of cautionary tales told by parents to misbehaving children. Be good or the Lamia will come for you. Her tragedy was twofold. First, she lost her children, so she so loved, and then she lost herself. All right, so this Lamia energy, the demon really playing. So along with Nebas fucking with your head, trying to get you to second guess your intuition, they want to make it so that the divine feminine is in despair and essentially bitter. They want you to essentially, by disconnecting you or making you disconnected from your own intuition, make you weak, essentially weak, like Lamia here, and second guessing yourself, and forever just causing pain to others. That's what this Lamia energy wants for you. Specifically, those who are dealing with karmic partners of their divine counterpart, they're sending you this Lamia energy. They want to see you fall, because remember, Lamia encountered her faith because of another jealous goddess, Hera, who was jealous of her beauty and wanted to make her suffer, even though Lamia was minding her own business. So yeah, this is definitely the karmics sending this out. They want to see you ugly, frail, miserable. But also just because now that you know what's going on, is just kind of like with this Lamia energy, double, triple fold, making sure that you find a way to retrust in that intuition, because if you don't, and if you don't stand your ground, stand in your square, you will certainly succumb to this Lamia energy and just be bitter, like a lot of these bitter readers. They definitely have the Lamia spirit. But hey, you did, well, yeah, you did hear on Divine Feminine Radio first, but I'm not throwing shots. I'm here to help. So if that hurt, that means you got more work to do. Anyways, Belphegor. All right, Belphegor, the king of shit. Annotation: Belphegor was a god of the Moabites, first mentioned in the Bible as Baal Peor, lord of the region surrounding the mountain of Peor. He was a regional sun god who eventually evolved into Lord of Hell, associated with the sin of sloth. Demonologists claim that his worshippers only spoke to Belphegor when they were on the toilet, and that, in addition to more common sacrifices of the time, he also accepted excrement as an offering. He was said to give inspiration for inventions to those who worshipped him, but those schemes often led to ruin. Inspiration. Oddly enough, much of the worship of Belphegor has somehow remained in the lexicon of human nature. Imagine for a moment the often used scene of someone suddenly having a eureka moment while in the bathroom and afterwards rushing off to put plans into motion. That is precisely the scene demonologists attributed to Belphegor's influence. However, as Belphegor is the Lord of Sloth, those ideas may often be get-rich-quick schemes or barely thought-through plans that end up costing more in the long run than a solid plan with more work would. Inspiration does appear in the most unlikely of places, but inspiration alone means nothing without the willingness to put in the work and get the job done. So, the same energy that was picking up in the general energy update. Be careful of Belphegor energies that kind of like just hype you up with ideas and things that you can do, but they don't really even believe in the ideas that they're giving to you themselves. I believe I explained this Belphegor energy in the general energy update reading for this week as someone who's like not that smart. I think I said stupid, but they're not smart. But and they know they're not that smart, but they like to talk and feel and portray like they're smart. So like this person, people, group, whatever, they'll tell you things and give you ideas, and essentially in the hopes of you sinking your energy and your money into these ideas, kind of deep down knowing that they're not going to work out. And this is a way where, and it's kind of like, let's say you do put your energy into whatever they said, just like, damn, yo, it didn't work out. And it's kind of like Belphegor is like, damn, really? That shit didn't work out? But look at the devious look in his eyes, just like, and then like, look at his hand. It looks like his hand is stroking his tail in some weird way. It's like he's getting off on that. Like, oh yeah, he or she did another one of my stupid ideas. Oh yeah. Yeah, but that's basically what I'm getting. Like, whoever likes to give you like ideas and watch you fail, like they get off on that. They get off on that for real. This person, and it's like they'll give you their idea after you say like your idea. Or you could be saying your idea too, but like they'll give you their idea, and because you trust this person's judgment and you think that they're smarter than they are, you run with it before you even run with your own idea. But that goes back to here, not trusting your own intuition. And this is why these demons, especially Belphegor, would be able to run such game, because if you really thought about it, it took the time to really think it out instead of just running with the idea, you probably would have put 2 and 2 together. But because you're already feeling not connected to your intuition and feeling weak, it's like you're looking for a way to kind of like combat that feeling. So when you hear a good idea or something that could, like, I guess, you believe something that could raise your vibration, and you put your energy into it and it doesn't, it just makes you feel even more weak, and like you feel like your intuition is failing you even more. But it's not your intuition, it's just you need to really stop and hear what your spirit guides, God, Jesus, whoever is speaking to you, because you've already received all the answers that you need, but you're either not listening or you're being delusional. Whew. All right. Let me drink a little bit more water. All right, so I want to clarify what's going on some more. Let's see. I want to see, how can I need like a stand or something to put all these cards. I would like a stand. I need to get a stand to put my cards. Or maybe I could just... Let's see. Well, no, you're not going to see it, but... Let me just get them out of the way. I'll put these down here. No. We'll put these... right here. All right. All right, so let's do a recap. So let's see. Up here was red pill versus blue pill. Having to return to a blue pill lifestyle after experiencing the red pill. Let's see, hoping for more, but trying to figure out if this is just a figment of your imagination, if this is just a dream. And then in the meantime, or meanwhile, your divine counterpart realizes that there are plans made against him or her, whatever, and they're thinking of ways to escape the situations with the karmic unscathed. So let's see. I'm going to do the top part first. Up here. That was like the Divine Feminine section. So let's see, let's back it up a little bit more. Okay. Please clarify the top row. The bus depot near locker number 17 in reverse. They went back to their humdrum lives. Upright. The vegetarian songwriter sideways. And they spent 6 weeks in the hospital sideways. Please clarify. Please clarify the top row. Okay. High Priestess wanted to come out. Damn. Alright. You feel like you hadn't gotten a chance to say the things that you wanted to say in regards to the breakdown of this relationship, or if things actually broken down. Oh wow, there's another card behind it. Yeah, loss. It's feeling like, and this is kind of like, it was diagonal, so it's kind of like, when I'm thinking diagonal, it's kind of like unsure. It's like, because you could be unsure this way or unsure this way, but it's still unsure. I'm taking it as unsure to the negative aspect, more unsure leaning to a negative side because it's leaning to the left. Yeah, feeling like things were unsaid, and it kind of like you're sideways about it. Divine Feminine is sideways about a situation and keeps them up. A situation that you tried to hold on as tight as you could, and you thought it could have been lucrative. But what I'm getting here is a 3. It's the 3 of Pentacles. It's not the 3 of Cups, but it was like you thought you were working towards something. But this could be, oh wow. You thought you were working towards something, and essentially this could be you, Divine Feminine. And one of these could be like the divine counterpart and someone else. So you thought you were working towards something, and whatever, one of the parties here was just like a non-factor. But when you would turn your back to work on the Pentacles, it's like these two were in cahoots, but it's in sideways. So you don't really, at this point, it's like you're questioning everything because you feel like all of this was just a dream or a figment. You're contemplating if all of this was just a dream or a figment of your imagination. All right, let's see. I'm gonna use which cards are these? The Gypsy Oracle cards to clarify. Please clarify King of Swords. Please clarify the King of Swords. Joyfulness. So, and it's sideways. So it's like you feel that things could look up if communication is started, essentially. But you're sitting on the throne, regardless of everything that you're feeling over here. You're sitting on the throne because you feel like you're waiting for the superhero to come in and rectify all of this. So in the meantime, another three people. Something needs to be said about this situation, because I'm seeing two. There's only 1 3 out here really, but to me, I'm seeing 2 3s. Matter of fact, let me look in the Pictorial Key to Tarot. It has a lot of information in here in regards to what certain things mean. So, where is it? Alright. Well, it's like an natural and reverse position. They don't do like sideways like I do, but let's see what they say. 2 3s. 2 3s in upright is calm. 2 3s in reverse is safety. Perhaps saying waiting for a calm and safe time to even address this situation. a calm or a safe time, because both of these cards are sideways. They're not upright or reversed. So it's like still contemplating, still thinking. All these things, like especially when it's sideways, it's like a decision about its position hasn't necessarily been made yet. Even though sideways is a decision, but upright or reverse is more definitive as opposed to being sideways, because sideways can go either way. Let's see. Please clarify Nine of Swords. Please clarify the Nine of Swords. Please clarify Nine of Swords. Oh, sideways. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. There's hella cards. All right. Alright, so these cards came out for the Nine of Swords. Messenger in reverse. Despair in reverse. And then House in reverse. Okay, now I'm going to use... Oh, wait. These cards fell out here. I'm going to leave that there. Now I'm going to clarify using the Gypsy fortune telling cards. I'm going to clarify despair in reverse because I'm not quite getting that. So please clarify despair in reverse. Please clarify despair in reverse. Please clarify despair in reverse. Nothing's trying to come out. What's going on? Okay, I'm going to say deep sadness and denial about deep sadness. Wow. Okay. So, let me show you how these cards is dumped out. So, malady, sideways, you're sick, or it's sideways, so it's like, yeah, pathways, deep depression. Let's see. Now, money in reverse, and what is this? Unexpected joy in reverse. All right, so many divine feminines are in deep. I'm gonna say this. Whoever, there might be some divine feminines who had just like got into the journey, but like I'm not going to even give people the benefit of the doubt like that, because I've seen some things where quote unquote they're divine feminines waiting for their divine masculines for like 40 plus years, and in my opinion that's just you encountered a narcissist and not your divine counterpart, and the demons basically tricked you into believing that this person was your divine counterpart and made you wait. It made you miss your Kali, your endings, and your new endings and new beginnings, or you could have had a much different life. But right now, wherever you are in this journey, there's a lot of divine feminines who are either in deep depression or like just like doubly in their head and in their bed, just trying to figure out what the fuck happened. Many divine feminines are still upset because whatever messages that they have received in regards to their divine counterpart, they haven't received any messages in the physical. Double despair, like double, like just, it's not happy. It's not happy. It's really not happy because unexpected joy is in reverse. You feel like you've lost a lot. And it doesn't have to be like necessarily money, but you lost a lot of like time, which is value. You lost a lot of things of value dealing with this connection that you don't even know was real or not. And you feel like everything, your house, your organization is out of order. But right now it's like you can't you're trying to give it energy, but you can't because you're too much in your head trying to hold on to the things that you got, but it's not really working because it's sideways. Because why is it sideways? Because you're second guessing your intuition and you're not resting in your strength, in your innate strength. This is not just added strength, but in your innate strength. You're not trusting in that, perseverating over if things are over or not, and crying essentially over the 3 cups. The 3 cups. The 3 cups. The 3 people. Instead of what you do have, which is me, myself, and I. Wow. All right, let's continue some more. So now, let's see. The superhero with unhelpful powers in reverse. So he does have helpful powers and he's trying to find a way to escape this situation, right? So when I was shuffling in those cards, these 3 cards came out. These 2 came out on top of this card. So I'm going to see what that's all about. Journey. Faithfulness. So the people who try to keep your divine counterpart stuck, they try to keep him from his path, his life path, right? They try to make it seem like they were faithful to him and they were his friends and they were basically the tribe that he needed. But deep down inside, let's see. Let me see if I can pull one more. Oh, a couple of them came out. Deep down inside, they just wanted to clip your wings with frivolity in reverse. Money in reverse. They wanted to essentially take everything of value from you, just like they did for the Divine Feminine, essentially. Enemy. They try to cloak themselves as if they are not the enemy, but they are. They try to stop, wow, wedding and love in reverse. They try to stop the union, or they're actively trying to stop the union and trying to stop this love. But the thing about it is, love is the highest frequency and love is the only thing that is real. You could try and stop whatever you can, but the fact of the matter is, love can be felt. Love, if you really tap in, love can be felt from wherever you are. You can't block it. So, all right. Can we clarify? Damn. Okay. I asked to be clarified. I asked for the super sentient evolved broccoli to be clarified, and like 4 cards came out. So, hope in reverse, doctor in reverse, haughtiness in reverse, and pleasure seekers in reverse. So what I got for the super sentient evolved broccoli, and to me this is representing some kind of karmic situation, whether it be love, business, relationship, friendships, whatever, right? This person, people, place, thing, idea, they're losing hope in being able to keep you or keep your divine counterpart trapped down. They need a doctor. They're sick in the head. Said doctor in reverse. This person hasn't been taking their medicine. That's what I'm picking up on. But also they feel, what I'm picking up on is like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, feeling like they feel like they could. A lot of doctors, they have a God complex because they feel like they know so much they could manipulate and do whatever, essentially to people, which they can because they have knowledge of the body. And essentially, when you go to a doctor, your life is in their hands at that point. So feeling as if they're not as powerful anymore because whatever that they have been trying to do and manifest and manipulate hasn't been working out to their favor. Why? Because God is in charge, not them. They're feeling less haughty. They're feeling less braggadocious. They're humbling themselves, or they're beginning to get humbled. They're not humbled all the way. The feathers are still there, but they're realizing certain things, and it's humbling them in a very interesting way. And then pleasure seekers in reverse, it's kind of like, this isn't fun anymore because I'm not getting my way. So people, and then here's another 3. So 1, 2, 3. Let's see what 3 threes now. Oh, wow. All my notes from, they fell off the book. Notes from other readings. Let me put all that back. All right. So let me look. 3 threes now. What is that all about? Three threes is unity, or 3 threes is serenity. So yeah, it's only 1 3 that's reversed. We don't know what these other 3s are going to do. So serenity or unity, either way, they want to make peace with the situation or keep it moving. Serenity, okay. The karmics in this situation either want to have serenity, peace by destroying the situation and keeping it moving to the next, to like their next victim, or with the 3 threes unity, it could be more of a, they want to figure out a plan to trap the superhero, the incognito starship captain, your divine counterpart, your divine masculine. They want to figure out a way to trap this person once and for all. So whatever resonates, man. If you need a reading, you could come to me or someone of your choice, but this is a general reading. You could also deduce your own answers, but just remember, this is a general reading. Anyways, let's see. All right, I'm almost done, basically. Okay, I'm gonna ask 2 more questions. Is there anything else that we need to be aware of in regards to this situation? Is there anything else that we need to be aware of in regards to this situation? Is there anything else that we need to be aware of in regards to this situation? Okay. This divine masculine, this divine counterpart is working hard to break old, outmoded beliefs. Working hard so that he could get to his empress, the divine feminine. But he's trying to transmute this pain, but he's trying. He's working on it. He's not quite there yet. Yeah, he's not quite there yet, but he's getting there. This idea of patience. I keep hearing be patient. Be patient. it's like he's gotten, or this person, the divine counterpart, has gotten the okay to kind of like move on and release this whole situation. Now that you know that these people are out to get you and harm you, you're a free agent. You can move accordingly how you see fit. So that's what he's doing. He's working on it. He's working on breaking the chains of yesteryear and the things that he used to believe were the truth but aren't. All right. Wow, that was a whole lot of clarification. So I guess the last question now for this spread is to please inform the Divine Feminine Collective of anything else, any tips, tricks, or anything else that we need to be aware of. Wow. Dodecahedron kind of like just fell out sideways. So I guess we need to read up on the dodecahedron. Okay, where is that book? I can't find it now. And I just had it. Oh, there it goes. All right. 57. There is an upright and a reverse aspect to this, so I'm just going to read both. All right. 57. Dodecahedron, Divine Thought. The dodecahedron is one of the 5 three-dimensional geometric shapes commonly known as the Platonic solids. Each has equal angles, edges of equal length, and equal faces, and each would fit within a sphere. These shapes hold cosmic wisdom within their structure. The dodecahedron has 12 equal 5-sided faces. This geometric solid embodies divine thought or will, and is the archetype of life and fecundity, Fecundity, that's the word, made visible. It is heaven, ether, prana, and female. Choosing this card connects you with divine thought and with a realization of the universality. I thought it was universality. Anyways, choosing this card connects you with divine thought and with a realization of the universality of oneness. Consciously move into your breath and connect with the prana force that resides there. Feel yourself moving away from the concept of duality, which modern culture tells us is the way of the world, into an experience of the oneness and unity of all life. Breathe deeply and experience the feeling of oneness within your being. Visualize what this unity will look like in your present life and how the shift you are making will aid all of humanity in the intentional evolution from polarity consciousness to unity consciousness. Hold this image in your heart and feel your emotional truth in this shift. So that was upright, right? In reverse, it reads, you feel at odds with yourself and refuse to see the oneness of it all. Conflict seems to be the name of the game. Stop and listen to your thoughts. Quiet your mind and ask yourself whether the effects of conflict are serving a purpose or whether they are perhaps a lesson asking you to learn how to resolve differences and return to harmony. So, yeah, with all these cards being like sideways or upside down, so this is a reminder from even up here. You need to trust your intuition and trust that we're all connected. And this is why you're kind of like teeter-tottering between the idea of universal oneness and what is it in reverse? Being at odds of yourself, feeling like you don't belong, and that oneness is like bullshit. So and you're feeling this way. Why? Because I feel like many are feeling dejected still, going back to this thought. Was this all just a dream? Was this real? Or was this a figment of my imagination? Wow. yeah, I'm tapped out. I have no more messages. That's about it. Let's see. Stay safe, stay protected. See you guys next week. Stay prayed up, because spiritual warfare is real. You can only protect yourself. So make sure you're doing your shadow work and all that. And yeah, see you around, okay? See you next week. But see you next week for the Divine Feminine update for that week. But also stay tuned, subscribe, like, all that, because I will be uploading a lot more stuff, because the tribe that I'm setting out the frequency for, they need it. So if you like what you see and hear here, please join. We welcome you. All right, we're here to do that inner work, that self-healing that we all really, truly, deeply need and desire. And that to do that requires us to be 100% truthfully honest, and to always trust our intuition, trust our gut. But anyways, I'm rambling again. That's usually not my main goodbye, but today it is. Anyways, see you later. Bye.